The existence of a higher intelligence was once proclaimed by the prominent medieval scientist Paracelsus, who stated that what initially seems mystical later becomes scientific knowledge. Our ancestors explained lightning as the wrath of the god Zeus, while today, these electrical phenomena are studied in school physics classes, physicist Anatoly Akimov explained. The scientist was one of those convinced that the modern world could not have arisen by chance. In his works, he wrote about the existence of a higher intelligence, the deep connection between humanity and the cosmos, and invisible rays emanating from the human body. Akimov asserted that our entire world obeys complex laws that ensure its stability. These laws govern even scientifically established constants. According to Akimov, such values could not have arisen as a result of evolution. They were created artificially. Approximately 40 years ago, scientists calculated that if gravitational, magnetic, and other constants, known with an accuracy of up to 30 decimal places, were altered by even 1%, our world would lose its stability. The same applies to the cosmos, where planets move in strictly defined orbits. Akimov explained that, like the universe, humans could not have arisen solely through evolution. When the microscope was invented a few hundred years ago, scientists began studying processes occurring within cells. Observing cell division, they were astounded. Could such processes happen in a cell if they were not pre-planned by someone? Akimov noted that, given the frequency of mutations and the speed of biochemical processes in cells, creating humans would have required more time than the currently accepted age of the universe. The scientist also mentioned the existence of an information repository containing complete knowledge of the universe. Akimov believed that this databank is what clairvoyants access. He conducted research on this phenomenon, claiming that experiments could determine whether such visions are products of imagination, hallucinations, or manifestations of special abilities. Akimov divided clairvoyants into 3 groups. The first group foresees events affecting themselves or their close ones. The second receives information from entities in other worlds, and the third contacts the supreme entity governing the universe. The physicist was convinced of the existence of this higher entity. To support its existence, Akimov cited data on the number of elements in the universe. According to his calculations, there should be at least 10 to the power of 55 elements for the universe to function. For these elements to develop, someone must oversee the process. Control is exercised through signals, Akimov claimed. He calculated that, to traverse the universe at the speed of light, it would take billions of years in earthly terms. Thus, he concluded that signals in the universe must be transmitted instantaneously. Otherwise, the elements of the universe could not function as a single whole. Interestingly, this conclusion aligns with religious beliefs. The Bible speaks of God's omnipresence, implying that the higher intelligence has absolute capabilities to influence everything in the universe. Akimov argued that what people call God is a thinking substance permeating the universe, not a being with a human form. He also acknowledged the existence of a subtle world where souls dwell, asserting that this world is not parallel to ours. Just as we cannot see electromagnetic waves with our physical eyes, the subtle world interpenetrates our own, Akimov said. Interestingly, Akimov came to these beliefs at the age of 55 when he decided to be baptized. When Akimov first visited a church, a priest asked him if he believed in God. "No," the scientist replied. "I simply know that God cannot not exist." Akimov cited 7 reasons for believing in God. Like the scientist Cressy Morrison, Akimov reflected on an all-pervading intelligence that instilled life into all living beings. At the dawn of scientific understanding, science is just beginning to unfold, illuminating our morning with bright rays. As this dawn approaches, we see ever more clearly the work of a rational creator. Thus, we inevitably move toward understanding the existence of a creator. So said chemist Cressy Morrison, who in the 1940s served as president of the New York Academy of Sciences. In his later years, Morrison wrote an article titled, "7 Reasons Why a Scientist Believes in a Creator," in which he presented the arguments that led him to believe in the existence of higher intelligence. The first reason was mathematical laws. Relying on the immutable laws of mathematics, Morrison argued that our universe was designed and created by a higher intelligence acting with the precision of an experienced engineer. He gave many examples, such as the Earth rotating on its axis at a constant speed, without deceleration or acceleration. If the speed of rotation slowed even slightly, our days and nights would become so long that plants would perish from heat during the day and cold at night. The Earth's axis is tilted at an angle of 23 degrees to the vertical. Without this tilt, there would be no changing seasons. Water vapor rising from the oceans would move from north to south, forming ice caps over the continents, Morrison explained. He also noted that if the distance between the Moon and Earth were reduced by 4 times, tides would flood the land twice daily. These examples demonstrate that life on Earth could not have arisen by chance.